Downton Abbey vlog, season 6, episode 2. Not a whole lot happened in this episode. Not a whole lot. In fact, I actually had to write down some of the things in this episode that happened, and I actually right now as I speak, I'm trying to go over them and see which ones are the most concerning. But the most noteworthy ones, here we go. The hospital situation is still going on with Maggie Smith, and this guy named Mr. Finch wants to see the agent of Downton, but the only agent there is Mary Crawley. Mr. Carson and Mrs. Hughes is concerned about the wedding. Mary wants to help out with the wedding, feeling that it should be in the house, but the thing is that Mr. and Mrs. Hughes, Mr. Carson and Mrs. Hughes, have this really big battle over where they should have it. Because Mary feels that it should be in the house, and Mrs. Hughes wants the wedding to be somewhere else. John Bates tries to conceal his wife Anna about the whole child thing, telling her, "We must learn to be content as we are." Later on, Mary helps Anna with having a child. See, she mentions this operation thing that Mary had at one point, and she has her own child because of it. So when Mary tells Anna about it, she's like, "Okay, but I don't think it's gonna help," and Mary decides to do it anyway, so I guess we'll have to see how that situation turns out. Thomas Mosley wants to leave Downton because he wants a change of pace, but his, agent or something tells him it's 1925 and it won't happen. The fact that, you remember Thomas, right? The douche of Downton, the person you love to hate, always says, remarks like he knows everything and he thinks he's all smart and everything, but all that. So you love to hate him. So yeah, he just wants to leave, and it was kind of like, okay, fine, if he just wants to leave. And I know that may not sound interesting, but trust me, if it actually does happen, you'll be like, yay. Now this next part, I could be wrong on this, but judging from what I saw, you remember Mr. Skinner, right? Well, he got so rude to Edith that I think she just quit or something. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, one other piece of information you should probably know is outside of the whole selling off this estate thing. Mr. Mason was like a servant there, and now he doesn't have a job because the mansion owned by this guy, I forgot his name, that's being sold out by this guy. Anyway, so the people at Downton are visiting this guy's farm, and it's all great until Marigold was kidnapped by her birth mother. Yeah, you remember that woman who worked at Downton, and she had this brief love affair with this other servant at Downton, and well, apparently she's living with this guy, and she wants Marigold all to herself again. Fortunately, Marigold is returned to uh, Edith, the adoptive owner. And as far goes if she will do it again, I'm not sure, but we'll just have to see. So, yeah, outside of that, there wasn't really anything interesting in this episode. Which, this is kind of something I usually expect from Downton Abbey. They would usually start with the first few episodes not being really that interesting, nothing major happening, and then mid-season they would have really good twists and turns, and then by the end they have a pretty good closure with their usual Christmas or vacation related special. So Not surprised. I'm betting you it will get better. So until next time, see ya.